We're on section F. It says find refuge when alone. We are on number 5. It says knowing she has to leave the house causes anxiety from the moment she wakes up. Then you dread it till you go. Even there, paralysis until it's done. Oh my goodness. Her handwriting is god-awful. Yes. So, for example, if we know we have to do something later that day, as soon as we wake up that entire day, we're going to be anxious, we're going to be stressed out, we are not going to be able to do anything else with our life because we're going to be shaving all of our energy for the bull crap we have to do later when we leave the house. All the steps involved in leaving the house are overwhelming and exhausting to think about. She says it's a lot of steps, including what we mean to wear and how they feel. We have lists for certain events, work, and parties. We do have a lot of lists. She prepares herself mentally for outings, excursions, meetings, and appointments, often days before a scheduled event. This is why I don't do last-minute things. We gotta figure the outfit, place, people, etc. OCD tendencies when it comes to concepts of time, being on time, tracking time, vary. Always early. And then she wrote, just seems more OCD than EV. And that our ADHD tries to combat our always being early to places. Questions, next steps, and movements continually. Important to think about. Everything is a process or dance. Around people, yes, we don't have their script. Sometimes feels as if she is on a stage being watched and or sense of always having to act out the right steps even when alone. She wrote Beat Saber, working on unmasking more when alone, still dancing to break this. This one is weird because some of this is, again, trauma related as well, but we're autistic and we take trauma a little bit easier than like neurotypical people do. Like we take betrayal a lot closer to the heart. We used to be able to think our mom could read our mind. Even on the inside, some of us will have moments where we're like, are we faking? Are we real? Is this real? Like, yes, we're fucking real. But absolutely, we try to mask and enforce imposter syndrome mentally sometimes. So yeah. Telling yourself the right words and or positive self-talk. It says CBT doesn't typically alleviate anxiety, may cause feelings of inadequacy. She says, yes, but I found a few I like. Sometimes it feels our feelings must be bigger when they don't help. Knowing she is staying home all day brings great peace of mind, very much so. Those are the best days. So tired, just being able to relax in bed is so nice. Requires a large amount of downtime or alone time. Huge. That's why most stuff is on my week off. Is, if possible, still get a few me days. Feels guilty after spending a lot of time on a special interest. This is if I forgot to reply to people or do things I need to. Usually the guilt for me is that we've been ignoring the body's needs. She wrote for me and then has in parentheses EV. And comfortable in public locker rooms, bathrooms, and or dressing rooms. I wonder if people see me also, what's the etiquette? Yeah, there's a lot of rules. There's a lot of unspoken rules in life, and it's hard as an autistic person when we're very anal about rules, and then everyone else just either have rules and they don't follow them, or we don't know what the rules are, so we don't even want to attempt to deal with whatever it is because we have no idea what the rules are. We don't want to fuck something up. Dislikes being in a crowded mall, crowded gym, and or crowded theater, crowds anywhere. Too much stimulation makes me super anxious and irritable, can't breathe, can't move, doesn't feel safe. Absolutely, we hate crowds. It says section G, sensitive. Sensitive to sounds, texture, temperature, and or smells when trying to sleep. Yes, cardboard, layers of clothes, smell, and then it has like an arrow and it just says sick. Adjusting bedclothes, bedding, and or environment to find comfort. She wrote Koji pillow, which is this like big fox pillow that we don't sleep with. Where even is it? I didn't even know we had a fox pillow. Anyways, we don't sleep with that anymore, but noise and volume, we've got a noise machine, we've got a mask, we've got a lumbar pillow, we have a bunch of stuff in bed to get to sleep. Highly intuitive to others' feelings, vibes, yes, energy. Oh, I missed one. Dreams are anxiety-ridden, vivid, complex, and or precognitive in nature. She says, always been crazy, being chased or killed. We've always had very, very vivid dreams. Like, we could write an entire horror novel about the dreams that we've had. Although they would be making no sense because, again, we're a system and that affects our sleep as well. We can switch while we sleep, so you'll get... it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. And then it just... the body feels like it didn't get any fucking sleep because y'all were just cycling. Highly empathetic, sometimes to the point of confusion. She says, too much. Sometimes we have to be reminded that we come first. Takes criticism to heart, burned into me forever. Longs to be seen, heard, and understood. Yep, understood. She has a little heart. Yeah, I think that's what we've wanted our entire life, was to be seen, heard, and understood, because that's the autistic, one of the biggest things of autistic experience. You feel like no one understands, no one gets it. It's just you. And you feel so alone because no one understands. And no matter how hard you try to fit in, like, there's just something off about you. Like, they can smell the autism on you, and you'll never fit in because they can just smell it on you. It's frustrating. Questions if she's a normal person, always until I found this and felt seen, understood, and validated. I hear she cried when she found this list and read it because she finally felt like she understood why the fuck we've struggled our entire life. Past the point of just having abusers in our life, if you will. Highly susceptible to outsiders' viewpoints and opinions, working on this, but yes, still. Why we masked and hid, at times adapts her view of life or actions based on other people's opinions or words. She just wrote mom pushing for a credit card. Basically, like, to appease other people, we will try to see things from other people's point of view. We just try to see things from other people's point of view in general, but the credit card fucked us up, and we knew we shouldn't have gotten it in the first fucking place, and she kept bullying us until we got it. So, yeah, obviously we don't use that fucking thing anymore, because we know. Like, that's the other frustrating thing about it, is, like, we know ourselves, and we get that other people think that they might know better for us. But we know ourselves. We know some of our limits. And that was just a stupid fucking mess. Recognizes own limitations in many areas daily, if not hourly. I know most of my limits. Not knowing leads to heavy burnout that can't be avoided. Becomes hurt when others question or doubt her work. As I'm always honest, it'll always be legit. Says sensitive. Sex and G is just sensitive. Views many things as an extension of self. All the things I love. Hair, accessories, makeup. Fears others' opinions, criticism, and judgment. Judgment mostly, but yes, kept us from unmasking for years. Dislikes words and events that hurt animals and people. Hate seeing any of that, especially animals hurt. I hurt with them. We don't like anybody in pain. If we could save everybody in the world, we would, because no one should be in fucking pain, and we don't understand why that's so weird and hard for some people to understand. Collects or rescues animals, often in childhood. She wrote down baby dolls, this really pretty dog. Black dog, lizards, baby, Nala, Calypso, Akiva. Akiva is our most recent cat. Huge compassion for suffering, sometimes for inanimate objects, personification. Hurts me to see things hurt or hurting. Take something with Stuffy's love. I don't know. But yeah, like, for example, if someone, and this is, again, it's going to sound stupid to other people if they don't get it, but if someone punched one of our favorite Stuffies, that's going to make us want to punch you. You're going to hurt our feelings. That's not okay. You can't punch them. That's not right. I get that it's just a Stuffy, but, like, no. Okay? No. It doesn't have to make sense. You just have to understand that that would upset us and respect that. Sensitive to substances, environmental toxins, foods, alcohol, medication, hormones. Very sensitive. Love my cannabis. 3 periods. We had 3 periods a month on birth control at some point for a few months. It was awful. Blackout drunk. That's happened more than a few times, but tries to help others, tries to help offer unsolicited advice, or formalizes plans of action always if they're telling me maybe I can help, because we want to help. Like, we wish to help. Questions life purpose and how to be a better person. Yes. What's the point of all this? I feel like daily we're trying to be better people. That should be something that everybody does, is try to be a better person every single day. Seeks to understand abilities, skills, and or gifts also. Yes, that's what led us to our diagnosis of ADHD, ASD, and DID. DID was a superpower. The main goal of figuring out our mental stuff was so we could learn to work with our brain. Absolutely. We did not figure out all of our mental shit and say that we have these things and self-diagnose ourselves with these things because we were like, it'll be so funny, we'll get attention. It's not for other people so that they can accommodate us, although that would be greatly appreciated. It is for us, so we accommodate ourselves. So we stop minimizing all of the struggles that we've suffered our entire life, because they're real and they're valid. And just because other people don't suffer the same thing doesn't make it any less real or any less valid. Moving on to section H. Oh my God, are we going to be done with this shit soon? Okay. Oh my God. Content. Thankfully, this is the few things all of us can do, even if we don't like people. Reading is easy. Section H, sense of self. Fails trapped between wanting to be herself and wanting to fit in. My current battle, I still struggle here. Imitates others without realizing it. Words too, the dialect, body language, I'll adjust as they do. I like to say that we mirror people, but yeah, that works. Suppresses true wishes often in young adulthood. Full doormat. Worry what I want will be judged or seen as odd. Got rid of our stuffies and our littlest pet shop. Absolutely. When we moved out, we got rid of all the stuff that mattered to us because we were like, we're grown-ups now and we have to be an adult and we can't like these things, which was bullshit. Now we wish we could go back in time, but, you know, we can't. Exhibits codependent behaviors often in young adulthood. Chevy, Jasmine, never went anywhere without Chevy. Suka, online. Absolutely, we are still very codependent. For example, the biggest way that we can show this is like when we have to go out and do adult things. Can we do it alone? Yes, but it takes so much more energy that if we can wait for someone to go with us, we will. So most of the time, our mother does stuff with us, errands, runs errands and shopping and all that shit, because we're codependent. Adapt self in order to avoid ridicule. Ridicule, strongly masking. Absolutely. Reject social norms and or question social norms. I don't get it. And then she wrote anarchist. For example, friendships and not kissing your friend. I get that that's like a social norm to not kiss your friend, but like when you love someone, you give them a kiss. We never thought it was a big fucking deal. Like, things like that. There are a lot of social rules and norms that for us just don't make any sense. They're kind of stupid in our opinion, but, you know, they're there. They're rules, so we just do our best to follow them. Feelings of extreme isolation, always staring at the moon. Think this helped lead to DID. Yeah, we would get lost in the moon. We always felt alone. We always felt confused and alone. That was a big thing. Confusion. Lots of confusion. Feeling good about self takes a lot of effort and work. Still working on it. Correct clothing. Cute but covered, but comfy and easy to mix with other pieces. Switches preferences. Sorry, I was caught off guard by seeing switch. Switches preferences based on environment and other people. High school examples. Yesterday, having mom give her preferences first, then we pick. LOL. Okay. So, it's kind of people pleasy-ish, but like, yeah, other people around us will affect what our preferences are. Although that will also depend on the alter, because certain alters don't give a damn about what other people think, so. Switches behavior based on environment and other people. Work EV is different than family EV. Work is the dumb male jokes. I wonder how she felt. I don't think, no, because it wrote down alters down here, so maybe, I don't know. Why shouldn't have more to say on that one. Didn't care about her hygiene, clothes, and appearance before teenage years and or before someone else pointed these out to her. She said, Mom had to brush my teeth, brush hair. We sucked our thumb till we were 6 at a sleepover. Pretty sure it was still 8, but whatever. Freaks out, but doesn't know why until later. She doesn't have anything written in this one, and I would think that that would be like when you're overstimulated and you have a meltdown. That's the only thing I can correlate that to. For example, if there was like a time where, I don't know if that was a meltdown or not, because we knew why we were freaking out in that situation. But sometimes it can just be a lot of little noises adding up and putting pressure on our brain, and we don't realize, and we freak out and we run off. And then once we've calmed down, well, we have to work through why it happened, because we don't know why. Young sounding voice, there's just a question mark next to this, considering all of us use the voice box slightly differently. Who knows? Trouble recognizing what she looks like and or has occurrences of slight prosopagnosia. It just says difficulty recognizing or remembering faces. She says yes on recognizing where I recognize them from. Alters feel this more than EV. Yeah, she doesn't have trouble recognizing what she looks like, but the rest of us don't look at the body and go, oh, that's us. We look at the body and say, that's Eve. Like, every time I come back up here, I'm like, yep, that's Eve. That's not me. That's not what I look like. That's Eve. Feel significantly younger on the inside than on the outside. Oh, yeah, still love Disney. Stuffy. Cute bugs. Yeah, she's still pretty childlike. Section I. We'll do another one for that.